Good morning, good morning. We're live. Happy New Year, everyone out in YouTube. I wanted to come on and share the forthcoming of 2022. Lots has changed, obviously, and I want to kind of tell my part of my story, um, how I got here in terms of doing this video, the reasoning, and my whole pursuit of the journey that I'm going on, where people want to share um, their life story as well. I'm doing the same, but in my own way. And again, whoever's interested into partake what my goals or journey is, I'd be greatly appreciated. Um, 2022, the year of six harmony. Previous year 2021 of change. So change has happened since last year and previous before, and it's going to change continuously, harmoniously, outside of us, but internally inside of us. I want to kind of basically go through the fundamental breakdowns of, I guess, how we all got here in my own theory of beliefs. So I'll be throwing some religious, um, science experiences, personal experiences, and like current event stuff to kind of um, stir up in all the ingredients to my explanation. How or where to start? Basically, my calling in this life is helping people in a spiritual way. So I'm on a spiritual journey right now. I know many as well are doing the same, but everyone has different paths, different belief systems, and different styles of internal awareness of the world we live in. I started about 5 years ago, again from a near death experience where I got electrocuted. And I was saying before, is a gift or a curse. The more and more I look at it, as the years go on, you mature, time goes on, and you heal. It was a gift, but in the beginning, it was definitely a fucking curse. Um, where I see the world differently in a different lens of understanding of both sides of the party or the world, but internally, more in my nature of universally, how this whole game of life, we are all in. My background is a Buddhist, and some of the quotes Buddha says it's a huge game. It really is, in my opinion. But at the same time, you got to be realistic. You have to be grounded, and you have to be aware of your surroundings, of what's out there, and the potentials um, of the current event stuff as well. So, long story short, for the past couple of years, doing my inner work, um, doing my spiritual work, whereas I have a lot of different background of my own self-educated healing methods. A lot of old school, a lot of unorthodox healing um, practice. Started with yoga, then to Reiki, then to some mediumship, then to some trance, then channeling. Um, Whereas everyone's capable of doing this, but with my incident, I could say if I really look at the whole big picture from how it happened till now, the understanding to my degree of what I'm capable of doing is being super sensitive where I'm aware of not just my inner self or my surroundings, but in terms of others around me. One of the courses I've taken and I did pretty surprisingly well was medical intuitive class. With me with my accidents, with my injuries, it helped me a lot. So I'm not saying it helped me 100%, where I'm able to go back to the gym and be my old self, but being a little more mature and aware of where I could tune in and sense where the problem is, and to do some exercises and some practices where I could really make the difference in healing, not just for myself and others. And pretty much this is the capability of all humans, but there are other specific specialists out there in these type of healing methods, where I'll soon be joining a facility. Um, I don't want to give that secret up yet, but it's in the works, and um, I'm stirring up a menu to um, offer to the people who are interested in these types of modalities. But being said, that's my passion. So my background is plumbing. Um, Plumber, doing healing, total opposite. But not really. Um, I always see things in life metaphorically. Anything could be spiritual, um, if you really break it down. And my sensitivity of going to these customers' homes where I could sense their whole entire life story in their living room. Perfect example. Um, Past Wednesday, customer's house, I walk in, and my joints, all my joints, my hands and fingers start to hurt. And meanwhile, I'm like, I wasn't feeling like this 2 seconds ago. But when I really paid attention, the guy had prescription pills all over the house, and his joints and knuckles was like kind of like like arthritis type of condition. Um, so I guess I was picking up his pain. um, and once I got that, I kind of knew how to tune that self down. Where I was like, all right, this is not my shit. Um, and everyone has the capability of doing that, because especially with sensitive people, And the sensitivity came from the electrocution, where I guess the voltage really enhanced all the senses internally. And that's kind of the understanding and my guess from my intuition. Um, but in terms of the doctors, I still have not yet to get some information. Um, that's taking a little time, but along the lines of doing the healing work, especially with also mediumship, the sensitivity, you could really tune into the beyond the veil. I feel, and draw some of these energies, which energy has a very broad aspect if you really think about it. And if you talk about mediumship loved ones, um, along with that, that's a definitely healing in terms of like ancestry, family members, and those are some very powerful tools that it's really out there. That's really given, but you really have to understand. In this fucking world, there are scumbags, and that's dark and light, positive, negative. So you have to work on yourself to see the through the other people's um, bullshit. Um, I'm not saying I'm the best or whatever. I have my flaws, but in this type of practice, the people who are really grieving or really interested in the healing from the healer have to really um, trust and understand and be guided to the synchronicity of who, what, where, and why everything happens. And there will be some tests meeting individuals for this if to get spunked. you know, I'll be the first. I've have to say I probably got scammed from a palm reader before, and it's a learning lesson too. But at the end of the day, we live in a world, in a galaxy, in the universe that science is not even perfect. And we're not even at the highest science education level yet, if there is. Obviously, it starts with math, addition, subtraction, multiplication, um, and then to like physics, then the quantums. There's other levels, layers of the ladder that we all talk about in the Buddhist practice as well. Evolving, elevating, growing to be your own higher self. Whereas you have to understand it's just not just your physical aspect, it's also your internal, and you have to listen to that. So, with this change coming, still momentably to the year of 2022, we have to adapt. Keep adapting to these events that will be thrown at us. I really don't want to get into current events news because I don't follow it, but there is a couple of interesting stuff out there that really raises the eyebrows. And if some people understand where I'm coming from, it's all a distraction for the bigger picture. So don't be too involved of what you see. Just work on yourself even more, where you're just so busy doing your own thing, the outside world that's not even affecting you, but you know internally what you need to do to survive in this world that we all live in. And also have compassion in action, regardless of they agree or disagree with you. But along with that, just be truthful to yourself no matter what. And people will know that, you know. People will sense that your authenticity, where you'll be igniting some of other people's candles or light for them to do the same. And the ripple effects will be significant before you know it. And I guess at the end of the day, that's my goal, to help others to overcome their fears and show them shit could be worse, and before it gets better, it must get worse. And right now, we're at a time where it's harmoniously changing. That being said, I hope some of the stuff made sense, helped out. I'll do more videos, maybe some meditations, maybe some lectures about, I don't know, old souls, reincarnation, mastery, mediumship. But definitely, I have so much to offer. So, thank you for your time. Happy New Year's. Be well, be happy. Peace.